I was more than intrigued when I was sitting with a group of Methodist evangelists when a Jewish rabbi was called in to speak to us. A little surprised, but boy, he said some things that were great. One thing I've never forgotten, not to this day. He said, the people out in the world don't care what color your carpet is in your sanctuary, or how much you paid for your stained glass windows, or how many ranks you have in your pipe organ. That's nice for you to have. Makes a comfortable place to come to worship. The world doesn't care about your carpet, your windows, or your pipe organ. The people in the world are asking one question, and here it is. Can you help me where I hurt? I thought of my church, and now Bob had come, chairman of a department of a prestigious university. His wife had left him with 4 teenage kids. His church had kind of ostracized him, and they didn't want divorced people hanging around, so he came to us. Then was Shelley, a 15-year-old girl, part of a traveling family involved in prostitution. Mommy and Daddy would rent out the 3 daughters and a son, teenagers, to gentlemen for the evening. Well, one Sunday morning, the police found Shelley by the side of a road, badly beaten and left for dead. They took her to the ER, got her patched up, but because she was from out of state, they had no place to put her or help her. So they brought her to us. Then there was Madeline, single mother, 4-year-old son who had cerebral palsy. And she said, I have to carry him every place I go, but I broke my arm the other day and I can't lift him. So we got her a nice red wagon so she could pull her boy wherever she went. Cross-section of humanity. Understand, but here's the common denominator. They all ask the same question. High academic, girl in prostitution, or a single mother with a broken arm. Can you help me where I hurt? Care is defined not by what it means as a noun, but by what it does as a verb. We have a place in Claremont that we love to go, Southfield Farms. They have acres of sunflowers, the happy flower. And Debbie will say, let's go get some flowers, because she gave a name, hospice were just called in, and we need to take some flowers by, get some coffee, and pray with them. A simple little thing, but it means a ton. Let me tell you my story. When I was in the 5th grade, I had a crush on Joan. Now, at that point in my life, she was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen, Joan Adele Mushu. She lived on Allendale Avenue. Now, there was a guy in my class named Billy. He also happened to live on Allendale Avenue. So I'd go over and play with Billy a whole lot. Now, I didn't even like Billy. I didn't care about him at all, except he lived geographically in the right spot across the street from Joan. So we could play catch, and I'd keep one eye up on the porch in case she just might appear. Then one day in school, our teacher told us, bad news, Joan has scarlet fever, so she'll miss school for the next couple of weeks. She'll be fine, but she's got to rest. I was devastated. I told my mother, and she said, you should get her something. I said, what can I give a girl? Mom said, well, walk with me to the grocery store tomorrow morning. It's Saturday. We'll find something on the way. Bring your money. It needs to come from you. So I took a couple of coins, all I had, my whole fortune, put in my pocket. On the way to the grocery store, we passed a florist shop. And there out in the front was a display of bunches of violets, 10 cents. So I took a dime and I bought one bunch of violets. Then that afternoon, Saturday, I took them to her. Now, I had no idea how I was going to get them to her, because I'm in the 5th grade. I'm not walking up on the porch and ringing the bell. I'll guarantee you that. But I got there, and fortunately, her little sister, Sally, 5 years old, was playing in the front yard of her house. So I gave her the flowers, and I said, take these to Joan, please, and tell her they came from Derek. And then I ran as fast as I could possibly move just to get out of sight. I never knew if Joan got the flowers or if she knew where they came from, if she did. Well, a lot of years passed, and my phone rang one day, and said, is this Derek? And I said, yes. She said, this is Joan. I said, Joan who? She said, Joan Mushu. I said, really? She said, yeah, we're having our 20th reunion for our high school graduation. I'm on the committee, and I'm going down the list of people to contact, and there's your name. I said, I'll take Derek, because I want to call him anyway. I said, Joan, I'm surprised you remember me, let alone my name. She said, Derek, how could I forget you? She said, remember the violets? And I said, you mean that bunch of violets? She said, yes. She said, those are the first flowers anybody ever gave me, and by far the most beautiful. Every time I look at a bunch of violets, I think about you. Whoa. It doesn't take a whole lot to build a memory. That's the best dime I ever spent in my life. And nothing lasts longer than a happy memory. People today in the world, they're dying in a world of hurt. You give a dime? Next time.